What 3D printer do you want to buy your child? Hi, I'm Penny with Green Axis Printing. Every event I go to, I have this conversation at least once. My kid loves 3D printing. What kind of printer do you use?
Now, first of all, let's talk about what kind of printers are out there. There are two general types of 3D printers. There are resin printers or LCD printers and FDM or filament printers. There are three reasons why you don't want a resin printer for your child. Maybe not even a teenager. I'm an adult and I'm not super fond of them, but I have two. The first reason is safety. Both the printer and the wash and cure station have powerful UV lights, and since you can't operate both without the safety cover, you're pretty safe, but you still have these very powerful LCD lights. But there's also the chemicals that are associated with 3D printing. The resin itself, you don't want to expose your skin to, and the isopropyl alcohol you use to wash with, you need to wear gloves even if you're using a water wash resin. The second set of major reasons resin printing isn't for children are the mess and the fumes. No matter how careful you are, resin printing is messy. Even if you have a nifty pump to help clean up, which I have on my Mono M7 Pro, you can't avoid drips. And if you don't have the pump, you'll have to remove the vat from the machine and pour the unused resin back into the bottle with a filter and a funnel. You need the space to do these things cleanly and safely. And even with the specialized setup that I have, I still make a mess. And these chemicals stink. You need to be in a well-ventilated area like a shop or a garage, not in a bedroom or a basement. The third set of reasons to buy your child a filament printer instead of a resin printer are cost and color variety. All of my printers are Anycubic brand. Anycubic Photon M7, which is the smallest of the LCD resin printers, is $299 right now. It's on sale for Black Friday. It doesn't include the wash and cure machine, which is another $89 on sale. And it doesn't include a pump. And the regular M7 doesn't have the communications port in the back to talk to the pump. So even if you do put a pump on it, which you can, you have to, it's not as easy to use as the Mono M7 Pro, which I also have. It, however, is $459 on sale. It includes the pump, but not the wash and cure, which you still have to buy separately. Color variety on a resin printer, you can only print in one color at a time. Anycubic standard resin only comes in 14 colors total, and water wash only has 12. And 3 of each of those are grays. Gray, high definition gray, and smoky black. And unless you want to use their DIY color mixing pack, that's it. Those are the colors range you have. Now, let's talk about filament printers. The Anycubic Cobra 3 combo. It's a 4-color printer. It's on sale right now for Black Friday for $299. That's less than $300 for 4-color printing, which is a great deal. If you only want a single color machine, which I think is great for kids, there's nothing wrong with a single color machine. I have 4 machines that are single color machines. It's only $199. You can get a great Cobra 3 3D printer for $199, less than $200. Now, there also is the Cobra 3 version 2, which is another $30. It almost always comes in 4-color. It's a 4-color printer, and there's really not that much difference between the version 1 and the version 2. So if you're smart, when you go to the website and you can order the Cobra 3 combo for $299. If you're in the United States, you're most likely going to get the version 2. They're just going to send you the version 2, and it saves you $30. So anyway, so there's our prices for the Cobra 3 filament printer. I'm going to tell you, it's easy to put together when one of these comes in the mail, just so you know. It's easy to maintain. All 3D printers will need maintenance. Hot ends will wear out or get plugged up and need to be replaced. On the Cobra 3, it is an easy thing to do. If you lose a sensor and have to replace the whole print head, it's 4 screws in the back. If you're still in a warranty, simply contact customer service and Anycubic will send a replacement for free. Honestly, their customer service is really good. My husband's first printer was a different brand, known for being less expensive. But when something goes wrong, he had a hard time getting help from customer service, and working on that printer is very frustrating. So when we made the decision to start our printing company, the decision to go with Anycubic machines was based on bed size. Cobra 3s are big enough, but not too big. Price, they are the mid to low range price. And my husband's positive interactions with their customer service department. Safety concerns with an FDM printer is the hot end. Don't stick your finger in there where it's hot. Messy, multicolor printers spin out more purged material than a single color printer. So make sure you have something to catch the filament waste. And then there's color variety. And if you go to the Anycubic store, there are 65 different PLA colors. Now, I'm not talking about the ABS and the PETG and all the other types of filament out there. I'm talking about the standard, easy to use PLA. There are 65 on just Anycubic's site. Now, Amazon has hundreds, if not thousands more. There are dual colors, there are metal colors, there are marbles, there are galaxies, there are matte, there are silk, there's basic PLAs. And it's just a lot of fun, to me anyway, and I think kids feel the same way. They like the color variety, they like doing fun things with color. So to sum it all up, for kids, you want to buy a filament printer. It's less expensive, they're safer, there's a lot less mess, it takes up less space, you can have it in the house without worrying about fumes as long as you're printing in PLA, and it's a lot more fun because there's so many color choices. I recommend the Anycubic Cobra 3, either version 1 or version 2. You don't need to buy the Mercedes of 3D printers for your kids. You don't want to buy the cheapest ones either. All 3D printers will need maintenance. And both the expensive ones and the cheap ones are hard to work on. Anycubic probably has some room for improvement, but you can do whatever work you need to do on it. They are resilient machines that can take a beating. I have probably 1,000 hours on a couple of my machines, and they still are working fantastically. They are priced fantastic. They are bigger than most of the small machines out there. You can print bigger stuff, and their customer service is outstanding, especially for a company based in Asia. So thanks for watching, and happy printing from Green Axis Printing.